we're going to talk about that. All right, guys. We are going to talk about the AK-103 from Palmetto State Armory. I have a history with the AK. I'll give you a little story time here, a little story time with Survivor Metal Man. Now, the very first semi-automatic rifle I ever bought, way back in the 90s, was an Egyptian Mahdi RML, and it was an AK. Very good rifle. Over the years, all the way up until now, I've had several AKs in my lifetime. I've had a couple of different Mahdis, both of them the RML. I've had a Mac 90. I've had 4 different Arsenals. Yeah. I want to see some splashing. Probably killed all our catfish.
Yeah.
There. I've had, way back in the 90s, I had a Type 56, the Norinco Polytech. I'm not sure what it was, but it was the Chinese Spiker. I had one of those, and that's one of the rifles in my backlog of history of owning semi-automatic rifles that I wish I would have kept. That was one that I really liked that rifle back then too, and to me that was the quintessential AK look and all that stuff. And all of them were fine. I never had an issue with any of them. They were all straight on. They were all perfect. Fast forward, 10, 15 years, 10 years, 12 years. I always was one of the guys that was like, American AKs, nobody knows how to make them right and stuff like that. Well, it took them a long time to figure it out though. But Palmetto State Armory and a couple other companies out there finally figured out how to make American AKs. Now, my video is not going to be much different than any other video because this gun has already been out for a while and there's been a lot of reviews on it. However, this is my take on it. And I'm not some big gun channel, things like that, but however, I am very familiar with the AK and very familiar with this actual platform of it, the AK-103 series, because I had several of them for years. Anyway, enter Palmetto State Armory. And it took them a while to work things out too and everything like that. But you know what? They finally did. Let's get some up close of this. We're going to sit down and talk about it some more. This is how it came in the box to me. I didn't get one of those cool Soviet arms or anything boxes, but however, it's got the, it's just a box. It doesn't really matter, does it? This is how it came. It came with this mag pull, 30 round AK mag, instructions, you know, manual and lock and all that stuff. So, but here we are. So, being that I've owned a few of the Arsenal AKs, I was going to be very picky on this. And I have to say, after, you know, this is the first time I've actually seen one of these up close, you know, other than pictures and on videos and things like that. I have to say, it is a very close copy, clone of it. Now, it's not an exact clone, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Also, I mean, if you're looking for exact clone, you know, more power to you, go for it. But this is close enough, you know. Just little things aren't, you know, clone correct. But as long as the rifle functions, and it functions fine, that's all that matters. All the rivets in this thing are nice. They're not pushed into the body tight, too tight where it's denting the body. I also noticed too that, you know, I've seen people complain and things like that, but I think, you know, Palmetto State Armory's customer, or not customer, sir, but their shop where they build stuff and everything like that, their quality control has gotten a lot better over the years. You know, I've never had an issue with any Palmetto State Armory firearm that I've ever owned, ever. And I have to say that this thing is straight on. You know, the trunnion is straight. The front side is straight. Everything is straight. This straight. Everything is straight. It looks good. And I got the magazine inserted. Due to new YouTube rules, I can't show you that the magazine is it, how to, you know, to insert the magazine. However, this is one of those Croatian magazines that people say they have a problem with. Well, I got this at the local surplus store. It was new, I think, and it didn't look used. It inserted just fine. I didn't have an issue. So, very cool of them to do that. You know, you got your AK-103 type front style brake. You've got your got the neighbors over here doing stuff. I already got my neighbors over there in the backyard doing a little work. I'm trying to go over here and make it a little bit quieter. Anyway, yes. So, some of the features, yes, it has this rail mount right here. Everything on it looks good. It's also got like the old Krebs style, Krebs AK, Krebs style, you know, like that. I always thought that was cool. I'm glad that Palmetto is including that just as a standard feature, because if you didn't have that, you'd have to reach over here and pull it down. But you got that like that, and there you go. You know, you're ready to rock and roll. All right, one of the things that make this not a true clone also is that this is more like the Arsenal SLR 107, the Bulgarian version. Is that the bolt and all that, and the bolt carrier and everything is like the AKM version. It's the bigger one, not the thinner one like on the true AK-103s and things like that. However, in my opinion, it's just my opinion though, but when I had those, between the differences between when I had the Arsenals, between the Russian ones that I had and the Bulgarian SLR 107, between the SGL 2161s and the SLR 107, I thought they were all nice, but I thought that Bulgarian rifle was just a little bit beefier. You know what I mean? Seemed like it was just a little bit more, it just, I don't know. And it might have had to do with the weight that's in this and things like that. But I liked that. I liked that Bulgarian SLR 107 better than the Russian 2161 because of that. Because it had the bigger AKM bolt and carrier in it. I like that. I personally really like that. And that's what this has in it. So it's got a beefier bolt carried out. There's nothing wrong with either one. And it was just my opinion, the way it felt to me, things like that. And that's what this has in it. So this is more like an SLR 107 than it is the Russian AK-103. So of course they're all based on that same design, but it doesn't. But you know, the 107 had the folding stock on it. This one does not, which it doesn't matter to me, man. But it's your personal preference. Anyway, very cool rifle. It does take other mags. Like I said, I don't have a problem with this one. We will take this out to the field. Cold Hammer Forge FN barrel. That's very cool. The Arsenals, you know, which this I keep referencing them just because this is what these remind me of. The Arsenals. And they had Cold Hammer Forge barrels also. So those are very cool. So the 7.62 by 39 right here. FN Cold Hammer Forge barrel. The trigger, I guess it's just a standard PSA trigger. I don't know. But it is a very smooth trigger. Very smooth trigger. Just trying to do some of the features. You know, it's got the buttstock, the butthole here for the cleaning kit, which it doesn't come with one. See if I can show this to you. Get up close there. FN Cold Hammer Forged barrel. Very nice rifle indeed. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the overview, and we will take this out very soon and put some rounds through it. It's been a while since I've shot an AK. There's just something about an AK though, man. There's just something about an AK that just feels right. You know what I mean? Keep it heavy.